All right, Gooch Maniacs, it's been a while since I've done a actual call out. Usually my call out videos have been me just talking about various topics. There's this individual on TikTok. His name is Lilly Tino, is what he calls himself on TikTok. His real name is, I might be butchering it a little bit, Nick Quintino. Anyway, Nick, you're a very disturbing, perverted individual. Now, I'm going to cover the different issues with you from the least disturbing to the most disturbing issues with you, because you're a very sick, twisted individual. Now, if you haven't watched, this guy, Nick, calls himself Lily, claims he's a trans woman. He's just a dude pretending to be a woman, which most trans women are. Nothing more than men pretending to be women. Like I said, his real name is Nick, but he calls himself Lily. Anyway, let's start with the least disturbing thing. You're a grown A man. I'm not going to use the full word there for A. Means donkey, means rear end, means butt. You get the gist. Going to Disney. That's very disturbing. Why would a grown man, unless he has some sort of, like a disability and they're a big Disney fan and they have disabilities, or if they have children, for a family vacation, take the kids there. But why would a grown man want to go that's not disabled or even have a family? That's very disturbing. Now, the next thing on that list of disturbing is you go to these restaurants, Nick, and when somebody calls you by the right pronoun, like sir, because you are a sir, because you're a man and not a woman, you get upset and you correct them. And then you call the manager over to the table and you whine and you cry and you get your meal for free. And then you don't even leave a tip because you claim they made you feel uncomfortable. Let me tell you something. That's disgusting, doing that. It's even worse because most people who work in the food service industry, especially people who work as servers, I know because I used to work in food service. I have tons of friends who work in food service. A lot of those people, they don't make hourly paychecks. A lot of those people, the money they make comes from their tips, and you're not leaving them a tip because you got offended because they called you by the right pronoun, which is sir, because they didn't call you ma'am because you think you're a woman, which you're not a woman. You just say you are because you just want to be famous on TikTok by claiming you're a trans woman when you're not really a trans woman, because there's no such thing as a trans woman. Nick. Now, another thing, a lot of restaurants, not all of them, it's mostly like your higher end restaurants that might pay hourly wages to the servers. If there's a complaint and they have to give a meal away for free, it comes out of that server's paycheck. That server paid for your meal. And most of those people are barely making a living. Yeah, that pisses me off. That doesn't piss me off where I'm going with the next couple of things about you, Nick. Oh, yeah. like I said, where I'm about to go with this, Nick, the next couple of things I'm about to talk about pisses me off even more than you taking money out of poor people who work as servers in food service. Although that does piss me off quite a bit. You, sir, go into women's bathrooms because you claim you're a woman. You're violating these women's privacy, going into these women's bathrooms and using the bathroom. And you talk about you tinkle standing up. Well, if you were a woman, you wouldn't tinkle standing up. Or even if you're trying to be a trans woman, you wouldn't tinkle standing up, you piece of crap. And you say, oh, you felt welcoming. I guarantee you, most of those women who are in those bathrooms, when you're in there, they probably feel uncomfortable, but they're not going to say it to you. No, they're going to go tell their husbands. They're going to tell their boyfriends, their fiancés. They're going to tell their fathers. They're going to tell their brothers. They're going to tell their uncles. They're going to tell whoever the male that they're with. Now, I will tell you this, Nick. You better hope that none of my female relatives are in that bathroom and I'm waiting out there for them to come out of the bathroom, because I will stop your rear end at the door and tell you to go to the men's room or find a family restroom, because I will guarantee you I will do that. Because I'm a brother and I'm an uncle, and I ain't going to let you anywhere near either one of my 2 sisters or my 7 nieces without getting up in your face. And that's the bottom line. What's even worse is you're standing in this public bathroom taking selfies with women in the background. That's invading their privacy. It's a reason why public places in all 50 states are not allowed to have cameras in the bathrooms, because it's an invasion of a person's privacy. Oh, Gooch, I've never seen you so animated before. You know why? Because the Gooch is very PO'd about this pervert right here named Nick Cantino, a.k.a. Lilly Tino. Oh, getting my blood pressure up. Oh, boy. Woo! You're really pushing it, buddy. Now, if you don't like me calling you by your real name, by the name of Nick instead of Lily, I don't care. I still call Bruce Jenner Bruce. Okay? Now, Nick, if I ever see you in one of those restaurants doing the same crap that you were doing by taking money away from these people's mouths, if I see you sitting in a restaurant they haven't served you yet, I'll tell them, don't serve him. Make him leave. I'll tell them what you do. And you're profiting off of it. You have more followers than me. Yeah, but you know what, Nick? To me, it's not about the followers. To me, Nick, it's about what's right. And you're not right. Now, this is the part that really pisses me off. You're sitting in a public area with children around you talking about sex reassignment surgery. Now, granted, no, you're not talking to the little kids about it. You're looking at the camera, shooting your video, talking about it, but you're doing it within earshot of small children, and that really pisses me off. You want a real man? A real man? If a real man heard you talking like that around their children, I guarantee you wouldn't be talking right now. You wouldn't have a video. People would be talking about how somebody took care of you. Now, I will say, you made the mistake of doing your video in Florida. Woo! Florida. And you took pictures in a public bathroom in Florida. Florida, it's illegal for a man, even if they claim to be a trans woman, to use a bathroom, a woman's bathroom. Whew! They're investigating it. That's a good thing. They're also investigating the fact that you took pictures in a bathroom. In Florida, it's illegal to take a picture in a public bathroom. So Florida might do the job for me. Now, Nick, if you want to confront me, just bring it on and confront me, dude. Oh, do a video confronting the Gooch. But I guarantee you won't have the guts to face me and get up in my face and meet me in person. Because I know you don't. You ain't got no guts. Because if you did, you wouldn't be using a lady's bathroom. You wouldn't be doing the crap you're doing where children can hear it. And let me tell you something, Nick. You've crossed the line. And hopefully Florida's lawmakers will make you pay for this. Justice system in Florida will make you pay for this. Because if they don't, I will hold you accountable. Because after all, I am the sex appeal of Elvis, leadership qualities of Ronald Reagan, the Hall of Fame potential of George Brett, the styling and profiling of the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair, the hardcore heart of Mick Foley, always right like Rush Limbaugh, and tough as nails as Chuck Norris. And that's the bottom line, because the Gooch said so.